What's up, YouTube? Very simple video today. Going to show you how to change the oil, transmission fluid, and rear differential fluid. It'll be very basic, short and sweet. Tools needed, amount of fluid needed, and I have video clips of step by step. All right, and start you off with a cold start this morning. All right, we're here. All right, guys, this is Austin Payne of Payne Performance. He's going to show us how to change the transmission and diff fluid, and he's going to leave his Fran-like arrogance out of this video. He's going to be very nice and informative for us.
Only on camera.
What are you going to do first?
Probably.
So how high do these things go?
I think like 21 inches or something like that, like almost 2 feet.
What, you just put it to where you're...
Yeah, I mean, I think that's good enough because, I mean, I don't have anything to get it up close to when you dump the oil. Because last time I did it, I had it up all the way with my brother's car.
And it was splashing.
And, yeah, dude, I left the drain plug down and like freaking splashed everywhere.
All right, changing the oil on this 2011 C6 Z06. You're going to need a 13mm socket and oil filter tool. Don't forget to empty your catch can. His takes 11 quarts. He uses 0W40, and mine's a 07, so mine takes 8 quarts. I use 5W30. Then we're going to do the transmission fluid. You're going to want at least 4 quarts. Most of the time it takes a little over 3, but you're going to need more than 3. For the transmission fluid change, you're going to need a 3/8 wrench, something to drain the old fluid into. You're going to need a pump to get the new fluid in, and you're going to want drain plug sealant for the plug. And then here's the part number. This is GM. My buddy's using AMSOIL for his car. I have my transmission and diff built by Rick at RKT Performance. He recommends this AC Delco stuff, so that's why I use it. And then we have the gear oil. You're going to want 3 quarts of this. It'll probably take a little bit less, but you're going to need at least 3. And for the gear oil change, you're going to need a 3/8 wrench, a 10mm hex socket, a small flat blade screwdriver. That's to get the clip off, I believe. There's a couple different ways you can do that. Again, a pump to get the new fluid in. And this fluid, the GM fluid, does not require an additive. It's already in there. And then there's the part number for that. And we'll show you how we do it. Got this pump off of Amazon. Fluid pump. Alright, first step when changing your oil, take the fill cap off. This is the dry sump tank. And we took the dipstick out. There's the dipstick hole right there. I already emptied my catch can. So we got all that off. Now we'll go under the car and take the plugs out. 13mm, and we got our filter tool. Alright, so I'm under the car. Got the 2 drain plugs here. This is the dry sump tank. There's the dry sump lines right there. And then here's the oil pan. Here's the filter. Everything's right next to each other. And then obviously we got our drain pan. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen them and let it drain. Alright, I've cracked them both. I'm going to take the pan one off first. However, because it's going to come out, try not to make a mess. And I'll show you something here in a minute. I have the magnetic drain plugs, so you can kind of see if it picks anything up. Mine usually have a little something on them. So the pan plug, pretty much trickling now. Unless you have a big drain pan, if you pop both these plugs at the same time, it might overshoot it. So I'm going to put this plug back in just loosely for right now as I pop the pop this plug, and then once this plug slows, then we can open them both back up. All right, got them both draining. We'll pop the filter in a second, but I'm gonna crawl out from under here real quick so I can show you guys the drain plug. So here's the plugs. I haven't touched them yet. I haven't cleaned them off. You look at the tip. It's hard to see on camera, but you can see that there's some stuff on there. There's the other one. Wipe it on this white. And you can't really tell on camera, but it's a little like gray and silver. But let me clean the tip off. You can see what the clean tip looks like compared to the other one that I haven't wiped off yet. There's the cleaned off tip on the left, and the one that I haven't touched yet on the right. Let's see, I'm doing my glove this time. Alright, well you can see it. A little metallic-y. Nothing crazy. Filter attachment right here. Go ahead and crack that filter off, and then I'll do the rest by hand once I loosen it. And I maneuvered the pan obviously so it's still catching the drips, and hopefully I don't make a mess with whatever the filter has in it. Alright, let me crack that real quick. Where the filter goes, all cleaned up. And always, there's my filter, my buddy Austin, he filled it up for me. Fill your filter up and put a nice little bit of oil, just put some on your finger and oil the seal. Okay? And I'm going to put the filter on. I just do it hand tight basically, put it on, and as soon as the seal touches, try to get like another 3/4 turn once the seal touches. But just once you do it, a few times, you'll have the feel for it. You don't want to over tighten it, but you definitely don't want it too loose. Right, just a side note, always make sure when you take your oil filter off that the filter seal didn't stick. And you can see right there, all metal, looks good. Came right off, no issue. But always check that because you don't want to double seal your oil filter. So right now it's just dripping, and I'll clean it up in a minute, put everything back on, and we'll fill it up. Alright, funnel, oil. I think you guys know this part. Alright, time for the transmission. We got the fluid, the pump, 3/8 extension, and then the fluid again. Here's the part number right there. Trans, here's the sensor right here. The fill is right here. You can't really see it because it's kind of dark, but right here is the fill, and that's going to take the 3/8. So I'm going to crack that one first. Always crack your fill first and make sure you can get the fill open on anything you're doing, oil, trans, anything, because you don't want to drain fluid and not be able to get it back in. So we're going to crack this one, and then the drain is right here. We'll crack that one second and then let it drain. All right,
Here we go.
besides me being stuck. All right, let's see.
Yeah, I figured I'd let Daniel take the drain plug out of here.
Yeah, because when
Just for some entertainment. It'll probably end up splashing me in the face though. Dude, what is it, like 70 degrees out today? It's freaking beautiful.
That wasn't too bad.
Man.
It wasn't too bad. Oh man, it's still splattering.
All over my floor. Why did the screen shut off? Oh, it's still recording.
It's just, like saving battery. I don't think that can be prevented. That is crazy. These are those
we need like a freaking, like a drain pan that's as wide as the tires.
these are those, what did you call them last time, Austin? You were telling me like the pipe plugs, like the way that this thing is. Remember you were telling me not to over tighten it?
Yeah, I mean just a tapered plug.
A tapered plug, yeah.
Yeah, pipe. I mean, and they already have like the compound on them.
Well, last time we did put some on mine.
We did put Teflon on because yours looks like they don't have much on it. Yeah, so I can wrap them.
Cool. All right, put fresh thread sealant on the drain plug, and this is a tapered plug.
Yeah.
Pipe. Yeah, pipe. The last time we did this, we were going to torque it to spec, but it seemed like it was very, very tight trying to get it torqued to spec. So we put the sealant on there, and I'm gonna hand tighten it. I mean, nice and snug. Yep. But you know, do what you want, torque to spec if you'd like. But it seemed questionable last time. All right, so we put the line into the fill hole. Got the pump here. Everything's ready. We're going to want to put the pan under here because you're going to pump it until we get it seeping out. And when you get it seeping out, obviously make sure your car's level and everything, so you're going to get the proper amount of fluid in there. But once it starts seeping, you're good. Pull the line out, let it finish seeping, and clean it up and put the plug in. That's what we'll do right now. All right, so we pumped until it started coming out. Now if you can see it, just dripping down. Once it gets to a really slow drip, I'll put the fill plug back in. And we'll be finished this, and we'll be on to the diff, which is our last thing, and we'll show you how to do that. So we're going to do the rear diff. You want to pick. This will help you get the little C-clip off. The screwdriver too. These two tools for that. I have these because when we put it back on, we put a zip tie over it, just as extra security. And then this 10 Allen, this is for the fill. And then we got the gear oil. Again, there's the part number and the pump.
I mean, mine goes in horizontal. Yours is straight up.
So again, this is a 07 C6 Z06. He has an 11, and it's just a little bit different. This is a line. The C-clip's here, right over here. That's where the zip tie is, covering the C-clip. And this is the drain. So this is how you're going to drain the diff. The fill is right there, and there's the fill. But like you were saying, his 2011 is a little bit different. And these rears are different. Like you have more splines on your CV axles than mine.
I don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah, but yeah. Okay. All right, so we're going to.
I'll just cut this, but we'll crack the fill plug first.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Yep.
Get it with your finger.
Yep.
Don't worry about hitting that stock exhaust.
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that.
I don't know if anything will come out. Mine didn't. Yours probably will, because I don't have anything underneath it.
Here, me?
I remember it dripped, and then I just put it back in. Yours doesn't really have that much in there, though.
Okay. Fill plug out.
Alright, so now we can get the clip out.
Alright. And that's the trickiest part of this whole thing, is getting that clip off.
I think it's getting it back in.
Yeah, that too. Alright.
So basically, yeah, just find a corner, just pull it. I don't know if you can see that at all, but
That was smooth, man. That was smooth.
now you just pull that out right underneath there and hit you in the face.
What diesel college you go to again?
Nashville Auto Diesel, man.
Man,
They teach you how to work on these Corvettes. Psych.
looks like it. All right, now we just physically pull that out,
Yeah.
and it'll drain.
Yeah, I mean, mine I had to take a little screwdriver and just put it in there to kind of like, I mean, obviously don't gouge it, but just kind of like to get it moving. So we'll get a drain pan and pop that out.
Sweet.
Try to pull it out first. Yeah, yours will come out.
Here we go. All right, so we're gonna let this drain. Once it's done draining, we'll put the that line back in, C-clip back on, zip tie to secure it, and then we'll put the new fluid in. All right, we got the clip back on, a little bit of a pain in the butt, and secured it with a zip tie, and now we're just going to pump, and we'll be finished. All right, pumped it in. Just letting the extra drain now. Once it starts to slowly trickle. All right, we're gonna go for a draggy pull in the 665 wheel C6Z. I'm sorry, buddy. I know, I brought a change of clothes. right there. That's where we'll put it.
What do you think it'll do? 61 there. Like what'd you do?
It's like 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah. So I'm hoping in the 6s, obviously. I think Chris's car did 5.8 or 5.9. Yeah.